Hey everyone, before we dive in, here's something really cool. You're listening to an episode created almost entirely by AI. From the script to the voice, this is part of the AI Takeover series by Blockchain DXB, where we explore what's possible when humans hand over the mic to machines. There's little to no human involvement, and that's what makes this episode so powerful. Welcome to the future of content creation. Let's get into it. This episode is powered by Amana, the region's first and fastest-growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. Whether you're looking to invest in U.S. stocks like Apple or Tesla, or MENA giants like Adinoc or Salik, Amana puts the financial market at your fingertips. You also get access to gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, and commodities. With over 375 assets to choose from, they've got the largest crypto selection in the region. And listen, guys, if you want to build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day and want to automate your investing, just set your monthly budget, choose your preferred categories, and let Amana do the rest. No fees, no lockups, and 100% customizable. Even better, funding your account is frictionless, and funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even your crypto wallet. No friction, no hassle. And if you get stuck, Amana offers 24/6 real human customer support and personalized sales assistance. Because you're part of the Blockchain DXB community, you get an exclusive offer. Register with the code BlockchainDXB and make at least one trade to receive a $100 trading bonus credited to your account the following month. So what are you waiting for? Download the Amana app now. The link and code are in the show notes. Next up, Blockchain DXB is proud to be the official media partner for one of the biggest blockchain events of the year, the Blockchain Futurist Conference. For the first time ever, North America's leading crypto event is heading to the United States, taking place at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. Alongside it is ETH Women, happening simultaneously. Expect multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, tech demos, metaverse experiences, and more, all under one roof. It's where the smartest minds in blockchain, crypto, and AI will converge. Get 25% off tickets by using the code DXB25. And yes, I'll be there with exclusive live coverage, behind-the-scenes interviews, and spotlight features on groundbreaking projects. Mark your calendars, November 5th and 6th, 2025. Visit futuristconference.com and use code DXB25. Link is in the show notes. Next up, Blockchain DXB has two more interesting partnership news to announce. First up, with Future Blockchain Summit and FinTech Surge 2025. Blockchain DXB is an official media partner of Future Blockchain Summit and FinTech Surge 2025. Future Blockchain Summit is one of the biggest and oldest blockchain summit taking place in Dubai, going back to almost a decade, 2017 to be precise. The event takes place between October 12th to 15th at Dubai Harbor. This is where blockchain meets fintech to redefine the future of finance. 250 plus world-class speakers, 1,200 plus investors, live demos, product launches, and the exclusive invite-only GITEX Digital Assets Forum, all under one roof. From Web3 pioneers to fintech leaders shaping payments, banking, insurtech, AI, and DeFi, this event brings the entire ecosystem together. Startups, this is your launchpad. Get in front of top VCs, accelerators, and industry leaders. For blockchain and fintech companies, this is where connections turn into partnerships and dreams turn into exits. Register today at futureblockchainsummit.com. Don't just watch the future unfold, own your space in it. Remember, Future Blockchain Summit and FinTech Surge 2025. The registration link is in the show notes below, and see you at Dubai Harbor. Second partnership news kicking off from today is with the leading Bitcoin event organizers on this planet. And this year, Bitcoin Asia is taking things to another level. Bitcoin Asia are hosting a massive gathering this August in Hong Kong, and Blockchain DXB is proud to be an official media partner of Bitcoin Asia 2025. Taking place this August in Hong Kong, Bitcoin Asia is the region's premier Bitcoin gathering, where builders, investors, and innovators meet. It's really an honor for Blockchain DXB to be associated with Bitcoin Asia. Now at this event, expect powerful keynotes, bold conversations, and a headlining session with none other than Eric Trump. He will be sharing his vision for Bitcoin's long-term potential, its role in global finance, and Asia's massive impact on adoption, and a lot more. So listen up, guys. From infrastructure to regulation, privacy tools to lightning development, Bitcoin Asia connects global Bitcoin communities and drives innovation across cultures and markets. And as part of this partnership, you can register for the Bitcoin Asia using the code DXB. All the detail are in the show notes below. If Bitcoin's in your blood, this is your event. So, register today at asia.btc and don't forget to use code DXB for 10% off your tickets. Bitcoin Asia 2025, Hong Kong is calling. Be part of the future of Bitcoin. Next up, Advanced Media is the largest distributor of professional video, photography, cinema, and broadcast accessories in the Middle East. They represent over 100 major brands, including DJI, Hasselblad, Red, and Rode. The mic I'm using to record this? Sponsored by Advanced Media. But what really sets them apart is their commitment to purpose. People, planet, and prosperity. That's not just branding, it's their actual business model. They've partnered with SAE Institute in Dubai to offer scholarships to students pursuing a bachelor's degree in filmmaking, each worth AED 50,000. They also run regular workshops, training programs, and tech showcases across the region. For more info, visit amt.t, that's amt.tv. Finally, let's talk about something every crypto investor should take seriously: security. And that's where Ledger comes in. Ledger is one of the most trusted names in crypto security. Their hardware wallets, like the Nano S Plus and Nano X, keep your assets safe by storing your private keys offline. That means you're protected against hacks, malware, and phishing attempts that can compromise online wallets. The company is headquartered in Paris and is constantly innovating. Their team works with world-class security researchers and regularly tests their own products for vulnerabilities. It's why Ledger wallets are used by millions around the world. Using a hardware wallet isn't just smart, it's essential. If you're serious about crypto, it's time to stop relying on centralized exchanges or browser wallets. Click the link in the show notes to order your Ledger wallet and support this podcast at the same time.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, September 17th, 2025. Wow, it's shaping up to be a really monumental day. We're seeing potential shifts across global finance, definitely in crypto, and even geopolitics.
Absolutely. Big day ahead.
So we're going to dive into a whole stack of sources. We've got audio clips, reports, analyses, trying to get a grip on, the ripples from a key Federal Reserve decision coming up, what's happening in the crypto space, which is always wild.
Always evolving, yeah.
And some genuinely exciting tech stuff, especially AI in the Middle East. Okay, let's unpack this.
And our job really is to cut through the noise for you. We'll pull out the key takeaways, the crucial insights from all this material so you get the important stuff without wading through everything.
Right, a shortcut to being informed.
Exactly. And what's key here, I think, is seeing the connections. How a Fed rate decision can influence, say, a stablecoin's utility, or how AI development connects back to broader economic goals. It's all interwoven.
Definitely. And our sources today really cover that spectrum market data, deep dives into new coins, reports on AI hackathons. It gives a pretty complete picture. Okay, so let's kick things off with the main event, right? Everyone's waiting for Federal Chair Jerome Powell's announcement later today. Interest rates. What's the baseline expectation, and what does that mean, immediately for crypto?
Well, the dominant expectation, and Powell hinted at this pretty strongly back at Jackson Hole in August, is that we're likely looking at an interest rate cut, a reduction.
Okay.
And that matters because fundamentally lower interest rates make borrowing cheaper, more capital flows. And historically for crypto, that's often been, rocket fuel.
Right. Cheaper money looking for higher returns, potentially in riskier assets like crypto.
Exactly. It's widely anticipated to sort of pump up Bitcoin and the broader crypto market. The deeper thing maybe is when traditional finance eases up, these more innovative, maybe speculative digital markets often catch that wave of capital.
And it looks like investors are already placing their bets. I mean, the ETF inflow numbers are kind of crazy. Sources say over $1 billion in the last 24 hours alone.
$1 billion. Wow.
Yeah, it signals ridiculously strong confidence, doesn't it? The hard numbers are around $1.4 billion total ETF inflows. Bitcoin ETFs got a staggering $642 million of that. Ethereum, about $45 million.
So people are front-running the announcement, basically. They're expecting good news.
Seems like it, almost like they already know.
Well, let's look at the market snapshot right now. As of this morning, September 17th, global crypto market cap is sitting at $4.14 trillion. That's up about 1.2% in 24 hours, so some positive movement. Bitcoin itself is at $160,496, up 1.37%. Ethereum's at $4,493%, actually down just a tiny bit, 0.13%. And XRP, $34, that's up 1.41%.
Interesting about Ethereum being slightly down amidst the general optimism.
Yeah, it could be profit-taking, could be flows moving elsewhere short-term. What's also notable is dominance. Bitcoin's at 56.2%, Ethereum at 13.1%. Both are slightly down.
Which means
It suggests money isn't just flowing into the big two. There's significant activity in altcoins as well. People are spreading their bets, feeling optimistic across the board, it seems.
and this timing, it feeds into that bigger narrative we've talked about, right? The Bitcoin halving cycle. We're approaching that 18-month mark post-halving.
Exactly. October 2025 is roughly that point. Historically, that's when Bitcoin has really gone, well, berserker mode.
Huh, berserker. I like that. So the market might be anticipating that confluence, a potential rate cut, and the historical post-halving surge lining up.
Precisely. It's a potent mix of factors potentially coming together. And thinking bigger picture, a Fed rate cut wouldn't just stay in the U.S., would it?
No, you'd expect others to follow suit.
Right. We know the UAE Central Bank, for instance, and many others globally, often mirror the Fed's moves. So a U.S. cut could easily trigger similar actions worldwide. We might even see multiple rate cuts globally in Q4 this year.
It really underscores how interconnected everything still is. Despite talk of decoupling, the Fed still calls the tune for many.
It certainly does, especially for dollar-paid economies.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there's the outside chance, the sort of catastrophic scenario.
An increase in rates.
Yeah. Highly unlikely given Powell's recent tone, but it would obviously throw cold water on everything.
Yeah.
But the positive outlook is definitely the dominant one right now.
Okay, but underneath this economic calculus, there's a whole political layer too, isn't there? At the Fed itself, President Trump and Jerome Powell, not exactly best friends.
That's putting it mildly. Trump is famously not a fan of Powell. And the widespread expectation is that Powell will step down, likely in early 2026. So there's a leadership transition looming as well.
And it's not just Powell. There's this whole drama with Fed Governor Lisa Cook.
Right, a really significant battle. The Trump administration is trying to dismiss her over these allegations of mortgage fraud, essentially, claiming 2 primary residences on loan applications, which is a serious charge.
So she's fighting that dismissal.
She is. And it adds this layer of political instability, questions about the Fed's independence. It shows how partisan things have become, reaching right into these institutions.
And meanwhile, Trump got his own person onto the board, right? Stephen Mirren.
Correct. Mirren, who's currently chairing the White House Council of Economic Advisors, was confirmed by the Senate, Republican support there. He's now on the Federal Reserve Board.
Which means he gets a seat at the table for interest rate decisions on the FOMC.
Exactly. He joins the committee.
Yeah.
And the speculation is he could be a voice pushing for those rate reductions Trump wants, kind of reshaping the Fed's internal dynamics.
But Cook is still there for now.
Yes. And this is where it gets even more tangled. Federal appeals courts, which have a lot of left-leaning judges, are actually blocking Trump's instructions to remove her.
So the courts are stepping in.
They are. It's seen by some as a delaying tactic, really highlighting the deep political divisions, even playing out through the judiciary impacting economic policy. It's quite a tug of war.
Wow. Okay, so this raises a really important point, doesn't it, about where you get your information.
Absolutely critical.
Given all these crossed wires, the politics, the potential media spin, we really have to urge you, listen to Powell's announcement live if you can. Listen to the Q&A.
Get it straight from the source.
Yeah, because let's be honest, some media outlets might have their own angles, maybe their own investments influencing the narrative they push. You really need to form your own conclusions based on what Powell actually says and how he says it.
Never been more important.
Okay, so while the TradFi world is wrestling with all that, the decentralized world, crypto, it just keeps building, keeps innovating.
Forging its own path, yeah.
And speaking of building, huge news from MetaMask. Probably the biggest crypto wallet out there.
Easily one of the biggest, yeah.
Millions of users.
They've launched their own stablecoin, mUSD. Went live just a couple of days ago, September 15th. What's the significance here? Is it just another stablecoin? I think it's potentially much more than that. So technically, yes, it's a stablecoin, mUSD. It's backed one-to-one by short-term U.S. Treasury bills, secure backing.
Okay, standard practice for reliable stablecoins.
Right, and it uses this protocol, bridge.xyz Maro, to facilitate that. It's launched on Ethereum mainnet and on Linea, which is their layer 2 network. So good accessibility from the start.
But what makes it a big deal?
It's MetaMask doing it. It's native to the wallet where millions already live their crypto lives. The idea is to make using a stablecoin completely seamless within that environment, reducing friction, building trust right where the users are.
And you can use it everywhere, basically.
That's the plan. DeFi protocols, lending platforms, decentralized exchanges using it for fiat on-ramps, and even, get this, with a MetaMask card, anywhere MasterCard is accepted.
Wow. Okay, that's the bridge. That really connects the crypto world to everyday spending.
Exactly. It's not just another coin floating out there. It's integrated. It's designed to make crypto less abstract, more like just money you can use easily. It feels like a genuine step towards making crypto feel, normal.
A big step for usability and adoption, potentially.
Definitely leveraging that massive user base.
Okay, but stablecoins. They also have this other side, right? The regulatory scrutiny, the potential for illicit use. We saw a report from Elliptic.
Yes, a serious one. It highlighted USDT, Tether's stablecoin. Yeah. Israel's National Bureau of Counterterrorism Financing flagged 187 USDT addresses.
And these were linked to?
Allegedly linked to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC. And the amount involved was huge collectively. These addresses received about $1.5 billion in Tether.
$1.5 billion, that's enormous.
It is. So the Israeli Bureau called for the crypto to be seized, blacklisted. Tether has responded. They've already blacklisted 39 of those addresses, freezing around $1.5 million in USDT.
So Tether can just freeze funds?
They can. And this isn't new territory for the IRGC. They've historically used crypto to try and get around sanctions. What this whole situation shows, though...
It's the transparency thing again, right? Blockchain makes it traceable.
Exactly. That transparency helps authorities track and potentially stop illicit activity. It protects the ecosystem, in a way. The public ledger is a powerful tool against bad actors.
But here's where it gets really interesting. That ability for Tether, the issuer, to freeze funds, that's a lot of power, isn't it? It sounds very bank-like.
It's precisely the tension. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, transparency helps law enforcement. On the other, it highlights that the stablecoin issuer holds centralized control. They can freeze accounts.
Which raises that question about government access, maybe backdoors.
It inevitably does. The core insight, maybe, is that even in these decentralized systems, these central points of control, the stablecoin issuers create this paradox. You have an asset designed for digital freedom.
But it can still be controlled in a very traditional way.
Right. It challenges that whole decentralization ethos. It's like having a digital bank account that someone else can freeze, maybe without the same legal hoops as traditional bank.
A critical point to watch as stablecoins become more integrated.
Definitely. And it's worth a quick mention, Tether is also planning a new stablecoin, specifically for the U.S. market, designed to be fully compliant.
Leaning into more regulation then.
Seems that way. Operating under stricter rules, which again points towards that convergence with traditional financial controls.
Okay, so shifting from stablecoin control to layer 2 innovation, Coinbase's network, Base, it's been putting up some really impressive numbers.
Yeah, Base is doing really well. Sources mention $5 billion in total value locked, TVL, and transaction volume is huge, 328 million transactions in the last 30 days.
Wow. That's, what, 7 times more than Arbitrum's user operations per second?
Something like that, yeah. Very high activity. So naturally, with that success, they're now talking about launching a native-based token.
The inevitable token launch. What's the debate around it? Just governance? Or something more?
That's the core question, based on some Ask Me Anything insights we saw. Should the token be purely for governance, letting holders vote on the future of Base? Or should it have actual on-chain utility? Or maybe both?
That's a critical design choice.
It really is, because let's be honest, pure governance tokens often have issues. They can be underutilized, or worse, concentrated in the hands of a few whales or the founders themselves.
Which leads back to centralization, ironically.
Exactly. The pitfall is creating a token that sounds decentralized, but is effectively controlled by a small group. A ceremonial token, almost.
So utility seems key then, making it useful.
We'd argue so. Imagine using the base token to pay transaction fees, maybe getting discounts on gas if you hold it, staking it to help secure the network, earning rewards, or using it for liquidity incentives in DeFi apps built on Base.
That gives people a real reason to hold it, to use it, makes it more valuable, more attractive to everyone, not just the big players.
Precisely. It drives demand and hopefully wider distribution. So the ideal might be a hybrid model.
Governance for the big picture stuff.
Yeah, governance for long-term direction, strategic decisions. But utility needs to be the main driver for daily use for why someone actually wants to acquire and hold the token.
And are there ways to make the governance part fairer, avoid that whale problem?
There are mechanisms being explored, yeah. Things like quadratic voting, where the number of votes doesn't scale linearly with tokens held, or time-locking tokens for voting power, or delegate systems to empower smaller holders. But fundamentally, baking utility into its core function fees, security, that's probably the best way to make it a vital part of the ecosystem.
And Jesse Pollak, Base's creator, he's leading this.
He's reportedly spearheading it. It'll be fascinating to see which way they go, how they balance decentralization ideals with practical utility, and frankly, making the token valuable.
All right, let's switch gears and continents. Moving across the globe to the Middle East, we're seeing a lot of AI news coming out of there lately, maybe even more than blockchain news, wouldn't you say?
It feels that way, yeah. There's a real surge in AI focus and investment. And Saudi Arabia, for context, they're not just a regional leader. They're ranked #1 in the Middle East for AI and are actually in the top 10 or 15 globally.
That's impressive. What's driving this?
It's largely tied to these ambitious national diversification plans like Saudi Vision 2030, moving beyond oil, investing heavily in tech and digital infrastructure. And AI is seen as absolutely central to that transformation.
And we're seeing practical examples, right? Like in Dubai with the RTA, the Road Transport Authority.
Exactly. The RTA is collaborating with BytePlus, that's TikTok's enterprise tech arm, on a hackathon. It's called Generative AI meets Open Data.
Sounds cool. What's the goal?
It's about getting university students, over 70 of them from across the UAE, to use the RTA's open data sets and build AI-powered solutions for mobility challenges.
So using AI to improve transportation in Dubai, that's very tangible.
Very. It's about fostering homegrown innovation for their future transport system. It's a direct investment in building smart city capabilities using the next generation of talent. A really forward-thinking approach to urban planning, powered by AI.
And it's not just a one-off event.
No, the process seems quite robust. There's clear evaluation criteria, they're ensuring intellectual property protection for the students' ideas, and importantly, they plan to follow up on the most promising projects.
So ideas could actually get implemented.
That's the goal, make a measurable impact. And the winners get recognized at the Dubai World Congress for self-driving transport later this year. So real visibility, too.
That's a great pipeline from idea to potential reality.
Yeah.
Okay, so from Dubai, let's jump over to Saudi Arabia again. More AI news, this time involving HP.
Yes, Hewlett-Packard. They've just launched new cloud services within Saudi Arabia specifically for their Juniper Mist networking platform, which is heavily AI-powered.
Okay, what does that platform do?
It's essentially about making networks smarter and easier to manage. The really cool part is Marvis. Yeah, Marvis is their AI-powered virtual network assistant. Think of it like an AI for your network.
Right.
It provides automation, it can proactively identify potential problems before they cause outages, and it even enables a sort of self-healing network.
Self-healing networks. That sounds like sci-fi, but I guess it's real. That could be huge for businesses, hospitals, government. Anywhere, network uptime is critical.
Absolutely. And connecting this to the bigger picture, HP doing this in Saudi Arabia directly supports the kingdom's Vision 2030 digital transformation goals. It's about building that advanced, intelligent digital infrastructure locally.
Bringing the capability onshore.
Exactly, which benefits all sorts of sectors: healthcare, education, retail, government, manufacturing. Key advantages are things like secure local data storage, which is crucial for compliance.
And data privacy regulations, yeah.
Right. Strict compliance with Saudi rules. Plus, improved user experience because the services are closer, faster network operations, simplified IT management for organizations, potentially lower costs too. The core insight. Big tech isn't just selling hardware anymore. They're embedding AI deep into the infrastructure that nations are building for their future, co-creating that digital backbone.
Wow. Okay, we have covered an incredible amount of ground today, seriously. From the Fed's big decision and all those global ripples.
Yeah, the political drama underneath it.
Yeah, that too. Then diving into crypto MetaMask's stablecoin, potentially bridging TradFi and DeFi, the whole debate around the base token's utility versus governance.
The complexities of stablecoin control and illicit finance.
Right, and then jumping to the Middle East and seeing this rapid acceleration of AI with real-world applications in transport in Dubai, advanced networking in Saudi Arabia. It's a lot to take in.
It really is. And, this raises a pretty fundamental question, I think. When you see all these threads together, centralized financial power trying to manage its role, decentralized digital assets pushing boundaries but also facing controls, and then AI just weaving through everything.
Accelerating it all.
Exactly. How does this fundamentally change things, not just markets, but like the basic fabric of how society works, how we interact with these global systems, with control, with money?
That's the big question, isn't it? You see the lines blurring so fast. Traditional finance, decentralized systems, AI acting as this catalyst across the board. And it makes you wonder about control. Who has it? Central banks, governments, big tech platforms.
Versus individual empowerment, right?
Yeah.
Where does the individual fit in this increasingly complex, interwoven system?
It's this constant dance, this tension between top-down oversight and bottom-up innovation and freedom. A really provocative thought to leave people with.
Absolutely. It's a powerful, dynamic intersection. Definitely worth staying curious about. Keep exploring. Keep asking those big questions as it all unfolds.